Hello, everyone, and once again, welcome to the teachings. I am the host. My name is Truth Is. Today's teaching is entitled Chicken and Turkey, Bad Eats According to the Bible. Chicken and Turkey, Bad Eats According to the Bible. We're going to open up in Leviticus, the 11th chapter. This is where most Bible believers find their dietary laws. We're not going to deal with all the laws. We're just going to deal with the fowls of the air. Okay? But we're going to pick it up at verse 1. And it reads, And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. We're not going to deal with the beasts, okay? But everybody knows you can eat cow, you can eat deer, you can't eat the swine. They know that. We're dealing with chicken and turkey. So let's jump down to verse 13. And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination: the eagle, the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the vulture, and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gier eagle, and the stork, the heron after his kind, and the lapwing and the bat. Now, a bat is not a fowl. Bat is a mammal, but they got it listed under fowl. Then it says, All fowls that creep going upon all fours shall be an abomination unto you. Fowls don't creep. Insects creep. It's going to tell us in 21. Yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all fours, which have legs upon their feet, to leap wither upon the earth. Talking about the locust, the beetle, and the grasshopper, and those after its kind. Now, what do all these fowls have in common, these unclean fowls? They are scavengers. They eat carrion, dead, decaying flesh. Okay? Now, what people do, they say, well, in order to find out what's unclean, or whether to find out what's clean, just go to the unclean list of fowls, and whatever not included in that list, then it's okay to eat. But you can't do that, brothers and sisters. That don't make no sense. Because the ostrich, the emu, and the New Zealand cassowaries are big flightless birds, but they up too eat carrion, but they're not listed in the unclean eats. Okay, so you can't use that method anymore. You got to go back to the drawing board. Okay, let's look at the biblical dietary law again. Maybe we'll find chicken and turkey. Let's take a look. Deuteronomy 14th chapter. I'm going to pick it up at verse 2. Deuteronomy 14th chapter. And we're going to pick it up at verse 2. And it reads, For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord has chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. Okay, jump down to verse 11. Of all clean birds ye shall eat. So it say, of all clean birds you shall eat. But it doesn't give you a list of the birds. It gives you a list of the unclean birds. Okay, but it don't give you a list of the clean birds. So you got to guess. Verse 12. But these are they of which ye shall not eat: the eagle, and the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the glede, and the kite, and the vulture after his kind, and every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, the little owl, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gier eagle, and the cormorant. And it says after his kind, brothers and sisters, okay, so you can't eat duck. Duck is not here, but duck is of the swan family, okay, and the pelican, and the cormorant. 18. And the stork, and the heron as his kind, and the lapwing and the bat. Once again, it makes bat a fowl, but a bat is not a fowl. It's a mammoth. 19. And every creeping thing that flies is unclean unto you. They should not be eating. So don't call the creeping things fowls here. It cleans it up. Verse 20. But of all clean fowls ye may eat. Again, all clean fowls ye may eat. So you don't see chicken and turkey. But do your research on chicken and turkey, brothers and sisters, and you'll see that they both eat carrion. They both are scavengers. The only thing that makes the unclean fowls unclean is they eat carrion. They're scavengers, brothers and sisters. Now you have some so-called black people, African Americans, they might put the turkey down, but they'll be hell-bent to put that chicken down, okay? They love some chicken. I love some chicken, but I'm not trying to be holy according to the dietary law, okay? So, but if you're going to be holy and you're going to do wrong right, and you're going to brag and boast about dietary law, you need to put that chicken down. Put that turkey down. So I thank you for listening. Hope you learned something. Even better than that, I hope you do something with whatever you may have learned. Until the next time, peace, love, later.